Wydaje mi się, że nie, bo jakby i to, jaki miałam plan, i taktyka jakby miały sens, gorzej po prostu było z realizacją i faktycznie z tymi błędami, które popełniłam. No nie wiem, na razie nie mam pomysłu, jakbym miała podejść do tego meczu inaczej, żeby go wygrać.
If you could, your thoughts on the match?
Well, for sure it wasn't a good performance from myself, but Jessie used it, so she played better, I played worse, and she won.
Thank you. If I didn't get to you in press conference one, I will now. Darcy, do you have a question?
Sure, I can.
Okay.
DarcyMania.ESPN.com. What you know, at what point in this match did you start to feel like something was perhaps a little bit off, and what did you do early to try to kind of correct it?
Well, probably when I was losing 4-0 in the first set. I tried to do the same kind of work as usual. I didn't really understand why my serve wasn't working, and it was hard for me to find like a proper solution for that.
Matt?
Hi, Iga. Tough one tonight. You have rightfully spoken about how long the schedule is and how exhausted you've been and how stressful it is. Would you consider just taking a few months off and trying to refresh and just, you know, if you're tired, why not? Think about taking a good rest.
No, I don't think it would make sense. If you're out of tour, then it's pretty hard to come back.
Even you?
I mean,
Just a few I guess I'm
but I
thinking
don't
just-
want to take a break. So
Okay, no.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, it could be a little bit easier, but I'm keeping up with the schedule. I'm only talking about mandatory tournaments and the rules about mandatory tournaments. But I'm ready for playing till November, I guess, unless I'm gonna get injured.
Okay. In the back.
Hi, Iga. Catherine Mitzke, the tennis podcast. Obviously, the US Open is always a test of kind of endurance to some degree, just because of where it is in the calendar and how long the season is. I just wondered, with this an Olympic year and the extra tennis that's required, if you could compare how you feel and have felt during this year US Open compared to non-Olympic years.
Well, it's hard for me to compare because every year I have like different challenges. Like, for example, last year I felt like a lot of, I don't know, anxiety and pressure with like being world number one and, I don't know, feeling that I might lose it, you know. And this year I didn't feel it that much. I feel like more mature in terms of not really thinking about the rankings and the points. So I think on this tournament, yeah, it's hard for me to like compare because there are so many other factors except the Olympics that come in that it's hard to judge. But for sure, you know, one less tournament on hard court, a little bit less time to play on hard court, maybe that matters. But honestly, I'm not that experienced to know.
Howard?
Howard Fenrich with the Associated Press. Were there things that Jess was doing that made life difficult for you out there tonight?
Well, as I said before, like it's never easy to play against Jess. She has a tricky ball because it's pretty low and pretty flat. But I wouldn't say she changed like a lot because it's impossible to change her game style. But for sure, she was like more solid than me and making much less mistakes. So because of that, she was kind of putting, you know, pressure with that. But usually I'm able to push it back or put pressure on myself. But today I just made too many mistakes.
We'll take a couple more.
Diane DiCostanzo, USTA. I think you said coming into the tournament that you had lower expectations for yourself. Was that because of how you were playing or more because you were taking the pressure off yourself?
Well, I'm always trying to have lower expectations because I know that like any of us can win these tournaments and it's not going to be easy, you know. And also, I feel like when I have high expectations, I never perform well. So I try to lower them. Like, it's not like it's just low and that's it, because it's hard to have low expectations when everybody's expecting something from you, and you kind of know that you might have a game to play well, So, but for sure, I mean, I remember how it was last year, and I'm not gonna just expect from myself that I'm always gonna win. I'm more just focusing on the work, and it's more of an answer because when I talk to you guys, because everybody's always like speaking about results straight away. When you go in a tournament, they want to know what my goal is. I don't know, winning the final, the semifinal, and it's just not it. These are not my goals when I go in a tournament. So that's my answer, kind of, because I want to explain that I don't expect from myself the results. I'm more expecting, that I'm gonna work and I'm gonna go through some problems and work on them, and that's it.
Court, last question in English.
Iga, early in the first set, when you kind of started to notice that the serve wasn't maybe working, how much of it, when you talk about finding solutions, like what was your training, I guess, in that moment to try? And did you find that it was cascading, kind of like domino effect, like that you were distracted by that and then forehand, you know what I mean? Like, or was it just everything wasn't working?
Not really. On one hand, I was kind of telling myself that I can still, play well from the baseline, and I've had many tournaments when I didn't serve well, and I managed to, win anyway. But I probably didn't find the right solution because I couldn't push with my serve. Also, I wasn't that solid from the baseline to have a backup, like that. I mean, it's just math. I mean, you're not gonna win if you make so many mistakes. And I made those, and I mean, it's on me.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
you.
Witaj, Iga, dobry wieczór. Przede wszystkim chciałem się zapytać, jak się czujesz fizycznie, bo jesteś tutaj już trzeci tydzień i te temperatury w Nowym Jorku najpierw były gorące, potem było trochę chłodniej. Czy wszystko ok zdrowotnie?
Wszystko okej.
Gdybyś miała taką możliwość, żeby obudzić się dzisiaj jeszcze raz, czy byłoby coś, co zrobiłabyś inaczej, jeżeli chodzi o przygotowanie do tego spotkania?
Wydaje mi się, że nie, bo jakby i to, jaki miałam plan, i taktyka jakby miały sens, gorzej po prostu było z realizacją i faktycznie z tymi błędami, które popełniłam. No nie wiem, na razie nie mam pomysłu, jakbym miała podejść do tego meczu inaczej, żeby go wygrać. Prawdopodobnie może te pomysły się pojawią, jak po prostu usiądę, przeanalizuję i porozmawiam z trenerem.
W drugim secie była taka sytuacja, gdzie zdobyłaś przełamanie zwrotne i potem utrzymałaś swoje podanie. Czy czułaś, że wracasz? Miałaś takie odczucie, że to twój najlepszy moment?
Znaczy, po prostu czułam, że mimo tego, że przegrałam pierwszego seta, ten mecz jakby wciąż trwa i mogę wygrać 2 następne, i jakby chciałam po prostu zostawić tego pierwszego seta za sobą i zacząć ten mecz tak, jakby się zaczynał od zera. No ale właśnie później i tak zostałam przełamana, bo pojawiły się właśnie błędy i może trochę za ryzykowne decyzje, więc no niewiele rzeczy dzisiaj faktycznie mi zadziałało i w pewnym momencie faktycznie czułam, że po prostu gra się trochę bardziej zazębiła, ale na pewno nie czułam, że to ja dominuję albo to ja naciskam.
Chciałem zapytać, jakie plany teraz na przyszłość? Czy zostajesz w Nowym Jorku?
Raczej nie będę zostawała, ale nie wiem, kiedy wracam na kort. Prawdopodobnie będę miała tak w sensie, no naprawdę nie wiem, bo nie rozmawiałam z trenerami, ja zazwyczaj mam jakieś 5-6 dni wolnego. No i później tak, wrócę do Polski i później mamy China Swing. Dziękuję.